All right. So I had to I send them. I know. Do you want to show the video or no?
Well, have they seen has everybody seen the video?
Yes. Anyway, I think you better you better do the video now, and then when you start ready, you let me know. Then I record the class. Okay.
Look, I don't think it's absolutely necessary, to be honest. It doesn't rely, like, I'm going to do what the video is going to do. So I don't think it's necessary. I think we should just
Okay.
jump into
Then
it.
don't be that. Okay. I did send the video for them, but
Yeah.
uh,
Now, I want everyone to put their hands up who watched the video. Yay! Excellent.
you
Good.
you can give them the link, and then they watch themselves.
How am I going to give them the link? Just put them in here in the chat?
Yeah, in the chat. Yeah.
Now, Dorothy, I can't do much of that because once I'm on the Zoom
I do
meeting,
it. Okay.
I can't maneuver
Yeah.
around too much because apparently it I get lost and it's very laggy.
No, no, no. It's okay. I think don't need. You want me to? Okay.
I'm trying to
Are you able to run share screen with the video or not?
I'm trying to do that now. Just a minute. Well,
Okay,
I don't
then
need
I
a
don't live
I don't
stream.
need a share. I don't need a share. I just want to repost this our painting in the chat just for the people who are coming in late. Hey everyone, I haven't seen you guys in so long. Do I have new students too today? Anna, I remember you. How are you, Anna?
Yes, I'm fine. And now I'm 10 years old.
You're 10. Congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations. What a big girl you are now. Yeah, double digits.
Vicki, you are okay to run the class, yeah? I just live stream and I do go because I have another class now.
All right, now let me just see. Can I Dorothy, it doesn't look like I'm a co-host. It doesn't say here that I'm a co-host.
You are. Yes, you are. You can try to share screen.
It doesn't say.
Yes, you are. Both of you. Both of your device.
All right, because usually it says something about co-host here when I press the button.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Can everybody see just me? No, they can see just you, Dorothy. See, I just.
Why
I can see just. I didn't see who is Ken.
No, I'm not co-host, Dorothy. I'm not co-host because otherwise, when I press
when I
speaker,
do again. Yes, you are.
I'll tell you why.
Yes, you are, teacher.
Okay, so when I press, where it says view up top.
I remove and I center again. Yes, you are.
So I'm the reason why I'm questioning whether I am a co-host is because when I want my face to show and only my face, I press show co-host, but none of those. Sorry?
Everyone see you. Okay.
Right. Everyone can see me now?
Yeah.
What can they see? Can they see my wiggly fingers, the video?
Yes.
Yeah. And my face, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Yeah.
You say so. It doesn't look like the same as last time.
Teacher, I can see other videos.
You can see other videos. You have to go to that view and then you have to press speaker. Where it says view in the right-hand corner. So in the right-hand corner, see where it says view, everybody should press speaker.
I pressed that already.
Yeah, and you can still see everybody?
But no, but if you talking, I see you, but when others talking, I see them.
Yeah. Dorothy, can you do something about that? So
no, it's good. You want me to okay, so what you want me to spotlight you, correct?
That's it. That's what's missing. Spotlight. I don't have spotlight. You haven't given me co-host yet.
I
No.
I see you wiggling. I see your picture.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
see your
better.
wiggling hands.
Yeah.
Spotlight
So
my-
you want spotlight you or you want spotlight the phone,
Well, I'd like to be
the
able to
painting?
control that, Dorothy. So if you give me the
Yes,
control
you
for that,
can.
I can't. How do I
Vicky,
do it?
you can.
How
I
do I
think
do that?
because
How do I do
yeah,
that, Dorothy? You know what? I think the link you gave me was a children's link. I think you gave me the children's
no,
link. Well, there's no
you
link
have to,
here that says that I am able to spotlight myself.
you just do it and then
You know, in the past when we did this,
yes,
I was able.
then
I
you
had
have
a
to log in. Okay, if you want to log in, so you want to log in as the host, yeah?
yes,
Okay.
because that way I
Okay,
can
then.
maneuver. Sometimes I need to talk to them. I want them to see my face.
Yes, but you are host, you're co-host now. All right, okay. Now, Vicky, where you want me to send you?
What do you mean?
Where you want me to send you the host login? Just tell me.
For Teacher Vicki.
Yes, but you know, you want to send yellow or WhatsApp or what?
Oh, okay. Then I have to come out of here and then come back in.
No,
Yeah.
you don't. Okay, so all right, you want. All right, I send you to your yellow. Okay, you
No,
don't
no,
need
yeah,
to. But
not yet. Dorothy, I do not have co-host power. I do not. I don't have that button. It's not showing up on my feed, on my
okay, now what you want me to do?
I want to get out of here and I want you to send me the link and so I can come back in.
Okay, all
Send it
right,
to
I
me
did.
on WhatsApp though, not on Zello.
Yeah, yes.
Actually on Zello for my phone and on WhatsApp for my
Okay, for both of them now. All
both.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. I'll be right back, kids.
Are you okay now, Vicky?
Okay, Dorothy,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not getting co-host abilities.
You are the KBN. Uh,
Dorothy, last year, I'm going to say this again. Last year, a little sentence came up and said co-host. And I'm not
Vicky,
getting
but you look at your name now. You are.
right.
Okay.
So tell me, how am I going to make myself?
You are already. You can
Okay.
see that you're using the logo, KBN logo.
Right. Add spotlight. Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
know what? I must have forgotten how to use this thing. I have to press
Yeah.
on the icon. Oh, bloody hell. You could have
It's
you could
okay.
have just
All
told
right.
me.
I just all right now. Yeah.
All
So
right.
you can start now, okay?
All right, darling. Thank you. Sorry about the fuss.
No
Hi,
worries.
kids.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Good to see everyone again. Oh, my goodness. Look how many beautiful people are here today. Let me have a look. Oh, wow. Can everybody give me a wave? Wave, everybody. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Are you guys ready to do some art?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this painting. Do you like this painting?
Yes.
All right. So you have to listen very carefully for the instructions, okay? Now, I'm going to ask everyone to please have these materials in front of you, okay? You need. What are these?
The paint brush.
Paint brushes. All right. And I want you to have all these colors. Look at these colors. Blue, green, black, white, orange, yellow, red, and pink. Okay? You got these colors?
Three colors.
And
You don't
white.
have the plain pink. I need to mix the
Who doesn't have pink? We need pink for the flowers. Look at these flowers here. Can you see the flowers?
But I can make them.
All right, but you can make pink, correct? Wait a minute. All right, so here we go. Now, what kind of paper did I ask you to get?
A3.
A3. Has everybody got an A3 piece of paper?
Yes.
Now, hey, Javi, you've got 2 canvases, haven't you?
Yes.
Ah, that's pretty cool. All right, now you're going to work with 2 canvases side by side, Javi. That's the proper way to do it, okay? Did you watch the video? Is that why you got the canvases? Good job. We don't need canvases. We can do this without canvases. So basically, can everybody see that line down the middle? Can you see how I've used 2 A4 and I've sticky taped it at the back? See, I've got 2 A4s so I can make an A3. But you guys can just use your A3. Now, I'm going to just grab my A3. Give me 1 second. There it is. Now, I always like to cut off my little shadings. Can you see these little frills here? I always like to cut those off because I actually tear this out of my visual diary, but I don't like this showing on my painting. So I make sure that I cut it off before I even start painting. All right, so there's my piece of A3 paper. Now, guys, when I put my hand here, remember? When I put my hand here and it looks quite small against the paper, that means this is a big paper. But if I have an A4 size, look at my hand. It almost takes up the whole page, doesn't it? Yeah. So you can tell that this, when I open it up like that, this is an A3, not an A4. All right. So what I want everyone to do with their A3 size paper, I want you to fold it in half, just like I'm doing here. And I want you to put a crease right down the middle. Now make sure it's exactly in the middle. All right. And then I'm two.
Yeah.
All right. Now, there are some other things that I want you guys to have apart from paintbrushes and paints. What is this called?
Water.
It's a cup of water. But it's not the cup of water that you drink. Look how dirty that cup is. Yucky. I wouldn't drink out of there. So I need you to have a cup of water so that we can wash our paintbrushes. And there's more. What's this called?
It's a rug.
A rag. a cloth or a rag or even some tissues if you've got tissues. Okay, because sometimes we need to dry our paintbrushes. Very good. Excellent. Now, what else? What else? What else? Let me think. Has everyone got all the colors? We actually won't be using pencils and markers today.
Marker.
What's that, Havy? All right, let me see. Let me see if I can pronounce all your names. Now, Nuni, Havy, is that how you pronounce your name? Or is it Havy?
It's heavy.
Havy. All right. Now, Theo, Ian, what's your English name, darling? Theo? Theo. Theo. Darling, what's your English name?
I don't know. I don't know.
영어에서 뭐 할 거야?
All right.
Theo.
I'm happy to call you Theo. Now, Lamb, what's your English name? Huh? What's your English name, honey? You need to change your name to English name because I can't pronounce that in Vietnamese. I can't read Vietnamese. So please, what?
영어 이름을. 영어.
Nijen? Can you change your name? Or do I just call you Lamb? Anna's fine. Felicia's fine. Nijen, there's another Nijen. See, that's where we get confused. That's why I want you to put your English name. Diu. I can't pronounce that. Julia. No, Dian, darling, what's your? Ciro, that's better. Ciro, good. Thank you. What about the two girls? The two girls with the beach in the background. Jenny and just one? Am I just going to say one name? Fine. Darling, Duyen, what's your name, honey? What's your name in English?
영어 이름.
Miso's fine. Sushi's fine. Bacon's fine. Park. Park, that's fine. Park, I'll call you Park. I've never heard that name before, but that's fine. Now, I'm going to ask you to please mute yourselves if there's going to be noise in the background. Now, a lot of you are talking to your siblings. Siblings means brothers and sisters or your parents. And then sometimes you might sing or drop something, and we all have to listen to that. And that's just not very polite, is it? So I would like, out of politeness, out of respect for everybody else, please mute yourselves. Yes? Unless you want to say something. If you want to say something, unmute yourself and say it. Okay? I don't always look at the chat, to be honest. I'm too involved in what I'm doing. So please just know that I'd rather you just interrupt me and say something in chat. All right, so I think we're ready to go. Yes, yes, yes. Okra, is that your name, darling? Okra? Okay. All right, so here we go. Now, the very first thing we have to do is take our piece of paper, right, and draw a round circle with yellow. Now, do not put too much paint on your paintbrush. Can everybody see? Can everybody see here? Now, when we paint on top of the yellow, notice how we have to paint with black on top of the yellow and the white. So I do not want you to use too much paint. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Very little paint. Now, I need you to make sure that half is on one side of the... Now, I don't know if you can see this line. Very hard to see this line. So I want you to make sure that half the yellow is on this side and half of it is on this side. I don't want it to look like a love heart. So just watch me as I do this first. Ready? Now it's going to be fairly... Now, what can we say? It's like the size of... a size of a mango.
Teacher.
I feel like saying mango. Now just outline for now, right? Just outline. See what I just did? That's all I'm doing. I'm just outlining. Not too much water. Don't want it to be wet, just the paint.
Cái cơm ba.
Nhưng mà dạ anh cho đây này.
Monkey, you want to say something? You have to mute yourself, please. If you're not going to talk to me, you need to mute yourself, darling, okay?
Teacher, can I ask you something?
Yes, my darling.
We use A3 paper and fold it in half.
Yes, yes, Linda. Okay, kids, can everybody see what I've just done here? I've got a nice big circle. What does that look like? What's the size of that?
A circle.
Yeah, but what size is that? The size of, I know, the size of a disc.
ball.
Do you know what a CD disc looks like?
What is that?
A CD disc. You know CDs? Hang on.
Yes, I know.
See this?
I know.
Ooh, that's just about
I know.
exactly like a CD.
Huh.
So think of a CD. Now, let's continue. All right, now, with your brush, I want you to smudge the edges. When I say smudge, just rub it into the paint. Don't use water. Just rub it in. All right, now I'm going to put a little bit more paint and I'm going to widen this circle. Not on the inside, only on the outside. The inside's going to be white. All right. Now notice whatever I do on one side, I do on the other. So I'm just,
Vicky,
yes.
you not spotlight your hand, so we only see you. But you took the whole, so I can't do anything. I took the, okay. I will spotlight your hand, not you, okay?
Yeah, but sometimes I like to talk to them as well. Oh,
Okay, then you have to spotlight both.
I'm trying to spotlight it now. I can't. It says here chat. Why can't I spotlight
Yeah,
myself?
it's okay now because your hand is more, your drawing is more important than
Yeah.
your face.
Of course,
They won't
I
be able-
realize.
yeah.
So you've taken over then, is that right? The spotlight?
No, I give you back. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay, gotcha. I thought I was on spotlight. I thought they could see two of me, my face, but you want it to be just the face. Okay. All right, kids. Now notice. Look at the picture. Look how much yellow there is. How many fingers is the yellow? 2 of my big gigantic fat fingers, maybe 3 of yours. Yeah. So that's how thick I want the yellow to be. Because the yellow comes up really nice in this picture. So I want you to make it that thick. All right. Now, don't forget, we are not putting too much paint on there because we have to do the tree as well. And so we don't want it to be on a wet surface. So make sure that you really take off the paint. When you're applying the paint, rub it in and just let it spread. You see what I'm doing? I'm letting it spread, and it's okay if you make it nice and fluffy on the outside because we're going to mix in the orange on this side and the green on that side. Okay, is everybody ready? Now, make sure you don't get rid of your nice, beautiful circle here because we want that to be nice and circular, right? Make sure that it's a nice and not a wonky circle. We don't want it to be an oval. We want it to be a perfect round circle. Now, hold up your work, everybody. Let me have a look at your yellow circles. Yes, very good, Happy. Sushi, I can't see. How come that's not a really yellow color? You don't have yellow, darling? Miso, I want you to put a little bit more yellow. You too, Ciro. Little bit more yellow. Okay, a little bit. You too, Felicia. A little bit more yellow. Look how thick mine is. Mine is 3 fingers thick, and I've got pretty big fingers. So I reckon yours should be about 4. Your little fingers would probably add up to 4 thick. All right. Now, I'm not going to add more paint because, like I said, we do not want it to dry fairly quickly because we have to do things on top. All right, that's a nice yellow on both sides. It's not more on one side than it is on the other. Actually, maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. All right, now without washing my paintbrush, I don't need to wash my paintbrush, kids, because I'm going to dip into the orange now. Now be very, very careful. Are we going to put orange all around the yellow? Yes or no? No.
No, only half.
No.
That's right. We're going to make sure that there's a straight line. See that line, that crease that we put in? Make sure that the colors change abruptly. See that? Can you see how the orange and the red has changed abruptly to the green and the blue? Same down, well, the same down here. The same, we can only see the house, the tree down here. All right. So now I'm going to dip into my yellow, my orange, right? I'm dipping into my orange without washing my paintbrush. I don't need to wash. And I have to very carefully go around the yellow, but don't go over the yellow just yet. Just put a little bit of the orange. Make this about a little bit less, yeah? Make it a little bit less, like maybe 2 fingers, 2 or 3 at the most, right? Now, what I'm doing is I'm actually blending it into the yellow. Now, I'm doing this with a dry brush, but sometimes it's so dry that I might need to put it into some water just so I can get the 2 paints moving together. See what I've just done there? Whoa. See, this is where the magic happens, right? When you blend colors together, it's so satisfying when I blend colors. Love it. It takes a lot of practice to blend colors together. Now I'm going to blend them. See what I'm doing? Not too much water. And I don't want you to go over all of the yellow because I want that yellow to show. All right. I feel like I just need to put my paintbrush needs to be just water so that I can see my paintbrush is water. Don't go over all of the yellow now. We don't want to go over. Sorry, teacher, I can't always unmute myself to talk since I have a sore throat if you want to talk. That's okay, Sushi, darling. If you need anything, write it. Hopefully I see it like I saw that message just now. Don't go over all of the yellow. I want the yellow to be pure yellow. See this pure yellow? I like that. Yeah. So this is the blended yellow and orange, and then there's just plain orange. All right, so I'm just about ready to start with my red now. You ready? Are you ready? Yes, Javi's saying yes. Okay, I think I need to go a little bit wider here. Just a little bit wider. Okay, now I'm ready for my, hang on a minute, I need to drink a little bit of water. I hope you guys are drinking water. Don't forget to hydrate. All right, I'm ready for my red. Ready for my red, that rhymes sort of. Okay, now I'm going to add red on the outside of the orange, right? I'm going to add red. This whole section is going to be all red. See how I'm just making it all red. There's really not a lot of effort in this. You just have to go red all the way to the edges. But you know what the tricky part is? It's blending the red with the orange. Now, how are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? We blend it, and sometimes you might need to do it with a dry brush. Don't go over the line. Don't forget, down here, you can't go over the line, even though we're going to cover that with black because that's where the tree goes, right? So just make sure you don't want it to, don't put too much paint. The reason why I keep saying that, and notice which paintbrush I'm using, guys. I'm using this rather large one, right? because we want the paint to get on there as quickly as possible so we have time to do the rest of it, because we've got a lot to do today. We've got to do the tree, and then we've got to do the flowers, and then we've got to do the branches. Yeah, so there's quite a bit to do. All right, so what are we doing? We are putting red everywhere. Oh my God, there's the stars as well. Yeah. Now, when your paint runs out and you can't quite blend, see how I'm not able to blend these two colors. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my paintbrush out, right? And just as it's a little bit wet, I'm going to just go back and forth, just so I can get that blended feeling here. Can everybody see how it's blending beautifully when my paintbrush is just a little bit wet? Remember, we don't want it too wet, because we want it to dry quickly enough so we can do our tree afterwards. So that looks nice and blended to me. So not too much water. We have to be mindful that we only have an hour and a half. We don't have time for it to dry and then come back to it. Yeah. When you're doing paintings, usually when you're blending something, you allow it to dry and then you come back to it. Well, just generally, you come back to a painting a little bit later, because, you know, especially when you're doing over layers. Yeah, when you're like, we're doing layers now. This is the background, and then we're going to do the tree on top, you see. And often people will wait. They'll go away for an hour or two or a day, and then they'll come back to their painting so they can draw on top of it. Now, be mindful that we want enough paint so we don't see that it's not see-through, but we don't want too much paint. Oh. Mom, I'm in a class. Yeah, I'm in the class. Got an online class. That was my mother. Okay, kids, where are we? All right. We want to make sure that you get all the excess paint has to come off, because we want it nice and dry for our tree and the flowers and the stars. Yay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Havy. Excellent work. All right. Now, we definitely need to wash out our paintbrush. Now, I like this size paintbrush, so I'm definitely going to wash it out so I can use it again on the other side. So whoever is finished. All right, I'll wait. Don't worry. I'm a little bit faster than you guys, but I will wait for you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Once you've finished, I want you to hold up your work so I can see what you've done. Now, kids, did Miss Dorothy, did she tell you what paintbrush we need? We need a really, really thin one, yeah? We need thin paintbrushes.
Like this?
Show me. Yes, Anna. Let me see, Havy. A little bit closer. Yeah, I think the other one's, is that the smallest one you've got?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be okay. Yeah, that looks okay. But look how small mine is.
Oh.
That's like tiny.
That's tiny. Teacher,
Yeah.
my brush is thinner than yours.
It's tinier. Is that even possible? Now we need a small paintbrush for the branches, but just a little bit bigger as well. Guys, these are so cheap online. I get mine online and they're synthetic. That's why they're cheap. They're synthetic. And they're the best ones because they clean really well. And they don't lose their shape.
Can I use this brush?
Show me. Yeah, I think so. Look, you tell me when the time comes to do our branches. I want you to tell me if the paint comes off, you know.
Teacher.
What's that? All right, I'm going to move over to my other side. Right, I'm going to move it over, right?
Wait for me.
Yep, I'll wait. And we are ready almost. Not everyone's ready, but almost ready for. Now, what's going to happen if we mix up the red with the green? What do you think? Look at my paint. Look at my water here.
It's gonna be yucky brown.
That's exactly right. So I'm going to just, while I'm waiting for you guys to catch up, I'm going to change this water. In fact, I don't really need to go anywhere because I always have 2 jars of water. I always have 2 jars just so it saves me from getting up in a rush. Yeah, so this is going to be my new jar. It's going to be my new jar. And this is where I'm going to put all my blues and greens and blacks. Yeah. So that's what I want you to do. If you haven't already changed your jar, go and change it. Yes, very nice, Anna, very nice. I feel as though you need to add a little bit more orange. I think your orange is really, really tiny. Yeah?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, you can add a little bit of orange, I reckon. Now, I'm just about ready to move over into my green, just like we did the orange. These 2 colors, orange and green, they are what we call, who remembers what they're called? It starts with S.
It's called secondary.
Yeah, who said that?
Anna.
Anna. Excellent work, Anna. Good memory. Now, these are called secondary colors, yeah? And they sit in between the 2 primaries. So orange sits in between red and yellow, and green sits in between yellow and blue. Now, I'm just putting in the green, right? I'm just putting in the green. And soon I'm going to spend a little time blending it into the yellow, right? Now, I might have to dip into my water to make it blend. Now, this blend, the blendability between these 2 is going to be a little bit more difficult because look how dark this color is, yeah? They're 2 extremes, whereas the orange is a little bit closer in color to the yellow. This one here is darker, much darker. So I'm going to wash out whatever excess green I have. And now with a wettish brush, I'm going to blend these 2 together. Now, don't forget, we don't want to blend too much so that we lose the yellow. We want the yellow to stay in there. So don't go over too much of the yellow.
Teacher.
Yeah. And don't.
Everyone would ask why
Hang on. Somebody said teacher, and then I didn't hear the rest of that sentence. So who wants my attention? Nobody. Yes, Sushi. Yes, darling.
Teachers.
Yes, darling.
I guess that.
Your throat is sore, darling, yeah? Did you write something in the chat?
I thought that USYIM is a new back.
I can't hear what you're saying. Do you want to write it, darling? Do you want to write it in the chat because I can't hear anything that you're saying. I know that you've got a sore throat today.
I tried to talk in my voice, but I can't.
Honey, I can't understand what you're saying. You're not
drank
loud.
too much ice in the past.
Sorry?
I just can't try to drink in my. That's why I say it in my high voice, but I can't because I have drank too much ice water in the past.
I still don't understand what you're saying, babes.
I wanted to say, I just wanted to say that Miss Houston excited.
I'm trying my best to understand what you're saying, but I can barely hear you.
I wanted to say that I have some exciting news today.
Yeah, what is that?
I moved houses.
You moved house.
At first, I was in Hanoi, but now I am in a new house in Ho Chi Minh City.
Oh, how exciting. Are you still in Vietnam?
It's in the deep south of in Vietnam.
Wow, the deep south, huh?
Which means the rivers is totally two rivers, the hot river and the rainy river.
What's wrong with your throat? What's wrong with your throat?
Because the Ho Chi Minh City is always weather is always hot and the sun is burning like a fire. I drink too much ice water.
Oh. All right, I think I'm just
I-
about finished with my blending of the green and the yellow. So let's continue. I kind of like the idea of putting a little bit more yellow on top of this. Yeah. All right. Now, don't forget, don't overdo it. You can't overdo it because we have to go over this with black. We need to draw our trees and our birds in. All right. Now I'm ready for my last color. What's my last color going to be? Yes, Javi, it's going to be blue. Now, I don't need to wash my paintbrush. Well, actually, I think I do need to wash my paintbrush because the green and the blue do not mix very well. All right, I'm going to start again.
You need to choose a
All right, so there's my blue. I'm going to put it all around first. All right. You don't want to go over this too many times because sometimes when the paper's not good quality, it actually lifts the paper and you can see little rubbings. Has that ever happened to anybody where you see some of the rubbings come off because you've gone over it too many times? Happens a lot with really bad quality paper. It even happens with good quality paper, to be honest. It just means you've gone over it too many times. Okay, so making sure that we are keeping well away from going over that crease in the page. It's okay if you leave that a little bit wide because we're going to go over that with black. All right, so there. Now try and even it out. Yeah. Can you see how smooth it is on this side? I know you're still going to see some paint marks, like paint strokes, but do your best to get rid of the paint strokes, make it smoothish. But you know what? That's not necessary. That's just my style of painting. You might like it painterly. You might like the brush strokes. What color is missing from here? Who can tell me?
purple.
Yes,
Purple.
that is correct. We've got the rainbow colors, but we're missing purple. But that's okay. You guys can do something like this at home if you really want the purple in there and maybe add the purple, to the end of both of these. Actually, you can add purple both to the red side and to the blue side if you really wanted to. But it's not necessary. The paintings that we do in class, kids, I explain it so thoroughly that you could easily do this by yourself at home. If you're learning this, try and repeat it by yourselves at home. It's a really good learning activity. Yeah, because you learn it better when you do it on your own and you try to remember. So you have yours as an example, the one we do in class, and then you try it. You can watch the video, of course, if you forget, but I really recommend that people redo the activities we do in class, just so you perfect your skills as artists.
Oh,
Good. We got 14 kids today. That's pretty good. All right. Give me a thumbs up or hold up your work when you guys feel you have finished. Let me have a look, Javi. Ooh. I feel as though your green could have been a little bit more. Your green looks a little bit like small, but that's okay. I'm going to go and change my water. Hold up your work, kids. Let me see what you've done.
Wait a minute.
Beautiful. Yep. 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 Very nice. Very good. Good. Good, Felicia. Nuni, take off your blur, honey. I can't see anything. Good, Anna. Good, monkey. Good. That's better, Nuni. Yes.
Wait a minute. Can I leave now? Because I have a class at 3. I'll watch the recording. Okay.
You gotta go, monkey. Did you say?
I said it.
Oh, sorry, Nuni. What did you say, darling?
Can I go now? I have a class at 3.
Oh, you got a class at 3. So you can watch the rest of it on the recording. Can you show me your work next week?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to see that picture next week. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. You have to do it by yourself.
Teacher, it's a little bit yucky green in my red
Oh, how did that happen?
because I just whipped my brush and then it's all two dots on my picture.
Oh, well, you have to be really careful. You got to keep your paintings clean. Yes, Misso, very good. I feel as though you could have done a little bit more green. See how thick my green is?
Okay.
Just a little bit thicker. But I don't know if you can add that and it'd still be okay. I'm not sure if you can do that now. So I said about 3 fingers, yeah? I've got 3 fingers here, just me. I reckon 4 fingers for you, but that's all right. It's a little bit difficult to do. You can try this again on a new piece of paper afterwards. Yeah, you can watch the video again and do it all over again, but that next time make it a little bit thicker. All right, kids, I'm just about ready to move along. Now,
Yay, this is my favorite part.
okay, now this is really, really tricky. I want everyone to have a look at how we are going to draw the love heart, because it's really a tree. I know it's a tree, but it's really a love heart, yeah? Now, I've got another piece of paper here, right? Can you see this piece of paper? I don't want you to get another piece of paper. I just want you to see how we're going to do this. Don't do anything yet. Don't worry about getting a new piece of paper. I'm just doing this to show you what your love heart is going to look like. Ready? Now, so this is going to be your A4. Pretend this is all colored. Yeah, pretend this is all colored. And I want you to look at this love heart. It looks like a love heart. This tree looks like a love heart. So it goes around and then down, around and then down. Now I'm going to do it in pencil just so that you guys can have a look at how I want you to draw it in with your paint, right? So this is going to be the trunk of the tree. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a texture. What's a texture? Come on, who's going to ask me? What's a texture?
I know what does texture mean.
A texture is a marker. See? See? That's a texture. All right. Now, notice, right? Notice how the tree splits down the bottom. It splits around the green mark, but everybody's green mark is going to be different. So it's going to go down like this. And then can everybody please try and remember what a love heart looks like? Can everybody see that? That's how big I want it to be. I want it to be like about 5 centimeters. Where's my ruler? I want to just measure how far from the top that is. Ruler, where are you? Where's my ruler? There it is. Okay, so from the top, it's about 4. Oh, I was off 1 centimeter. It's about 4 centimeters from the top. Can you see that? And the same goes to this side, right? Around and down. That's what I want it to look like. And they're not going to be perfectly even, but they're abouts. Can everybody understand what we just did, what I just did? So now I want everyone, so have another look. Have another look. Can you see the crease in the middle? So I want your love hearts to be nice and big. Yeah, not little ones, because we won't be able to fit in the birds if you make them little. All right. So where's my piece of paper now? There it is. Hopefully it will have dried just a little bit. And even if it hasn't, it should be okay. Now, we're going to dip into our green, sorry, our black, right? Now, in order to get this a little bit sort of runny and sort of nice consistency, I'm just adding a little bit of water, not too much, right? There's my black. I think I need to put on the light. Okay, it's getting quite dark in here. Are you ready?
Yes.
So now
Yeah.
I'm going to put in my trunk. My trunk is going to be on either side about 1 or 2 centimeters, right? Now, this is really, you have to really listen. I want you to do wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. I want there to be like an irregular texture to the sides of this tree. Can everybody see how I've wiggled my paintbrush so I can get that effect? Can you see the wiggly?
Yes.
Yeah, can you see the wiggly part here? I've wiggled my paintbrush so that the tree doesn't look completely straight, because I think that's like quite boring. All right, so wiggle, 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 wiggle. And I'm going to just paint it in all black. Now this is where I start. I'm going to start from up here and I'm going to go round and in. It doesn't matter if the paint comes off a little bit, right? Because we're going to go over that, but at least you can get one rough area just to show that this is going to be the tree. All right, so there's my tree outline, right? And I did it in black. How many centimeters from the top? About
4 centimeters.
About 4 centimeters. All right, now this is where I have to make it a little bit thicker, right? Have to make it just a little bit thicker. Now, the closer I get to the bottom, the thicker it is. Now, watch my paintbrush as I move back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Can everybody see what I'm doing? I'm moving back and forth, but as I get closer to the trunk, it gets a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
See that? Now I have to use a very small paintbrush for this. Now, where the crease is where it splits. I'm going to do the same on this side, right? I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to go wiggle, 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 wiggle. Make sure that it's nice and wiggly, not straight. I don't want a one straight line because nature is never, you can't really ever see a straight line in nature, seriously. All right, now you're going to go around this love heart outline that you made earlier, right? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Make sure that there's a wiggle on each side. It's thicker down the bottom than it is at the top. Remember that. So it's getting thinner, right? It's getting progressively thinner as you move to the top. All right. So I'm nearly, can you all see what I'm doing? Yep. So I'm getting close to finishing my right side, right? So there's my right side love heart tree. The love heart tree. All right. Now, I might need to add a little bit of water just to get the consistency right, so it can actually come off my paintbrush a little bit more, I don't know, fluid, so it can be a bit more fluid. All right, I'm just about, oh, nice. Now, Anna, where's your trunk? And you're not supposed to join the love hearts. Look, darling, look, we're not joining the love hearts. Who said we were joining the love hearts? Because we have to do, because they're two separate paintings, remember? The only thing that's joining is the trunk down the bottom. That's the only thing that's joining. All right, so have a look at the picture that I posted in the chat. If you can't see, if you can't remember this picture, have a look at the one in the chat. Yes, very nice. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Nice big one. Good. Down the bottom here, Miss, I want you to join it a little bit better to the trunk. Yeah, down here.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, I'm going to just finish my love heart. Just wiggle, 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 because I don't want it to look straight. Looks very weird when it's completely straight. This is nature. There's nothing straight about nature. All right, now I'm going to stop around here. Remember, I'm not joining them, okay? We're going to join them with some branches. Put a little bit of water if you have to, just to get the the consistency right so it comes off the paintbrush a little bit easily. I hope nobody's got too much paint in the background for the colors to be mixing. I hope a little bit of the colors in the background aren't coming off on your paintbrush. I think I'm finished. I think I'm finished, my love heart. Yeah. Now this side is a little bit different to that side, but that's okay. Now I'm going to grab my very, very small paintbrush. Okay. Remember how if you do not have a very, very small paintbrush, please go and buy one. They're very cheap. Well, I don't know where I'm from. They're very cheap. Now, this is my super duper small one, and this is what we need to make the branches. Have a look. Have a look at how we're going to do the branches now. Okay. So this is like the trunk, and now we're going to go into the branches. So let's start with, we're going to start on this side because we did the yellow and orange first, and that's probably a little bit drier. So I'm going to, everybody can see my palette here. No, you can't really see my palette, but that's okay. So I'm going to dip into the water, give it a bit of a swish around. Now, I'm only going to use the tip of my paintbrush, right? So I'm going to start on this side. I'm going to start on the outside. So this is going to be one that's going to come out, and I'm going to give it a bit of a wiggle. Now, I want you to remember that at the closest part, the branch that is closest to the trunk, let's just call this line, this love heart shape, a trunk, it gets a little bit thicker, right? So it gets just a tad, not too much, just a little bit thicker. Now, this is going to be like a squiggly line. Now, I want you to make some offshoots, some twigs coming off there, right? So I'm going to go one on this side, right? And now I'm going to go one on that side. So it gets thicker. And there. See how I've got two coming off that one? So I've got one main one. I've got one main one. Right?
Teacher,
Yes. Yes, Pa.
I gotta grab a charger.
What, darling?
I gotta grab a charger. There's not much
Oh,
time.
okay, darling, go get a charger.
My laptop, my iPad is almost out of battery. I gotta grab a charger.
Oh, is that you, Sushi? Okay, go get a charger,
Yeah.
darling. You don't need to tell me.
Grab a
Go get a
charger.
charger. If anybody wants to go to the toilet or get a drink of water, you don't have to ask me, kids, okay? Just go and get it. These are some basic necessities. You don't need my permission to go to the toilet or get some water. All right, so there's going to be my one, right? So I've got two coming off there, and then I'm going to have maybe one more coming off this one and another one coming off that one. So I've got like about, okay, I'm going to do that again here, right? Ready? I'm going to do that again. I want everybody to pay attention. This is really, really important. Ready? I want everyone to stop what they're doing and have a look at what I'm doing. Now, I'm going to do this side. Can everybody see this one? We're going to do this one. All right, I'm going to do that one. All right, so what I do is I bring the large branch and I give it a bit of a wiggle. See that? So I'm going to make it thin on the end, but thicker as it gets closer to the tree. See that? How it got a little bit thicker, and I'm blending it into the side of the trunk. We're going to call this a trunk. Now, I'm going to bring another one on either side. So I'm going to do one going this way, and I'm going to do one going that way. And then I'm going to have maybe another one coming off. See, they're all coming off this main branch. So I've got a few smaller branches coming off the main branch. And then I'm going to have smaller ones coming off these little ones that I just added. So I'm going to have a really small one coming off there, another one there, and another one there. See how they get smaller as they go, they reach outward. So there's one main one and then some other ones coming in. All right, so have a look at this one now. This one. I'm going to do these two on either side. Yeah, these two. So let's see now. I'm going to go up, right, And then this is going to be my main branch, yeah, coming off the trunk. And now I'm going to do one coming off there, another one coming off there, another one coming off there. And now I'm going to add my little ones, yeah, little baby ones. A little one, a little one, a little one. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to we're just doing the outside, okay? Don't go inside yet. We're doing the outside first. All right. Now I'm going to do, this one's going to be looking towards, towards that way. It's not going to be looking downwards. So look at my direction. I'm going to follow the direction of the trunk. So I'm going to make my branch look this way now. Okay, there's my big one, the big one that's coming off, right? And now I'm going to have some other offshoots. There's one, there's another one around the same size, another one. And now I'm going to have the little ones coming off there. I hope everybody's watching. Some little ones. There you go. Now this one, be careful you don't cross over to the other side, all right? So this one has to just reach out. See how the little branches up the top of the love heart, they're reaching out for each other, but they're not touching. Can you see that?
Yeah.
They're not touching. It's like there's an invisible thing between them. All right, so watch what happens now. I'm just going to have a nice one, but it's not going to go over the crease. All right, so they're just going to be random branches. But don't forget, you really need the right tool for this, yeah? You cannot have a really thick brush. It's impossible to do this with a thick brush. All right, that's enough. I'm not going to do more. Now I'm going to do the inside. Now with the inside, I want you to do not exactly where this side is, yeah? See the branches on this side? I'm not going to do it exactly in that spot. I'm going to go either a little bit higher or a little bit lower. So I'm going to go a little bit higher here. So I'm going to move up. This is going to be the branch that's coming off. You know what? I feel as though I need do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? Does anyone know what this is?
What's that?
This picks up water and then it drops water. See, this is like a droplet. It's a droplet. It's really cool. It puts water into your palette very easily rather than collecting the water with your paintbrush. All right, so where were we? I'm going to do this one now. And there's my largish twig or branch. And now I'm going to have some offshoots. And then from these, I'm going to have even smaller ones. See, you have to have a little bit of water on your paintbrush to do this. Yep. And now I'm going to go here. I'm going to go up. That's going to be my large one. And then I'm going to have some other smaller ones. And it just gets a little bit thinner as you move towards the end. I think I'm very happy with these twigs on this side. Yeah, what do you reckon, kids? We're going to do the same on this side now. Ready?
Wait for me.
Hopefully everybody's is dry by now. Now, I'm going to, let me just show you what I've got. I've got all these along here. Yeah, and don't forget these ones are not touching the other side. So let me start with this one. All right, this is going to be the thicker one. All right, the thicker one. It's just going to be random, just squiggly lines everywhere. And now I'm going to do a little bit thinner. Make sure that they're nice and wiggly, okay? We don't want them to be completely straight. There's nothing straight in nature, not really. Maybe except for the horizon line. Right, there's that one. Now I'm going to do one here. I'm going to do one coming this way. Now, don't go too close to the center because we're going to save that for our birds. Right? All right, now I'm going to do one here. Now I'm only using the tip of my paintbrush, kids. We do not press really hard when we're doing all these details. Right? It's very important that you understand that when we're doing very fine detailed work, we do not press too hard. So now I'm going to go and do the ones that are going to be like, they're almost like their hands reaching out to each other. You see that? They're like hands reaching out, like they love each other so much that the hands of the tree are reaching out. All right, so now I'm going to do the outside. I did it backwards, didn't I? I did the inside on this side. Now I'm going to do the outside. This, I'm going to do one big one. When I say big one, it's really not that big, yeah? It's not that big. It's just a little bit, a very slight difference to the other ones that I'm going to add. So there's that one. And then I'm going to do some little ones coming off there, some small, I should say, because the really little ones are going to be added and they're tiny. They're really tiny twigs. Have you ever seen like really thin twigs? I love picking up really thin twigs and I love snapping them. Do you guys do that? You snap the really thin twigs? There you go. Let me think. What else? Now, is everybody ready? We have to do the inside now and we have to do the birds. So is everybody nearly finished? Yeah? Is everybody nearly finished with the twigs? We haven't done, yeah, all right. We haven't done the flowers yet. I want you all to pay attention to how we're going to do the twigs in the middle of the love heart. Now, notice how we didn't put any white in the middle. I don't want you to put any white in the middle, okay? Because the white takes a long time to dry, so we're just going to leave it white.
Teacher.
Yeah. Yes, Miss
Look
O.
at
Show me. Show me, darling. Ooh, yeah. Nice one. Okay, now, very, very carefully, we're going to do the twigs that the birds are sitting on. Now, have a look. Are the twigs touching each other? Are they touching each other? No. They're not touching each other. So we're going to have one twig coming from here, bending over, and the other one bending over from this side. They're a little bit different. Notice how they're different? This one's got like a flower coming off this side. This one's got it coming up that way. Just follow my lead. Ready? I'm going to start with, be careful now, the twig that's going to go from this side, and this is the bird that's sitting on this twig, right? See how this bird is sitting on that twig? Can everybody see? Have a good look. Please stop what you're doing and have a look at what we're doing, please. Stop what you're doing and have a good look. See, I'm going to do this line first. Right. Now, this is going to stop around here, right? It's going to stop around here and I'm going to go down here, right? See what I'm doing? I'm moving it down. All right, but I'm moving it up because there's another tree. It's like an offshoot. This is an offshoot, right? And we're not going to go any further than that because that's where the crease is. The crease is right there. All right, so now we have to do the little twigs that are reaching out to the other side, right? The little baby twigs, really thin. And don't forget, you're not going to go past. You're not going to go past the crease. All right, now this is where I really want you to pay attention to, okay? Because we need some nice birds. I'm going to change my paintbrush. I'm going to get the little bit bigger one. It's still small. It's still really, really tiny. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to do an oval that's sitting on this branch, an oval. Okay, ready? An oval would be like this. Can you see that? That's an oval. And now I want you to do a little head on top, a nice round head. All right, a nice round head. Now, the beak is going to be a triangle. If you can get your paintbrush to make this beak. Right, now the tail is moving upwards. Can you see? It's got 3 like feathers sticking out of its bum. See that? All right, there's our first bird. And it's looking straight at this beautiful other bird. Now, do you think this is the boy bird or the girl bird?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
A girl bird.
Is it a boy bird or a girl bird?
A girl bird.
You reckon this is the girl?
Yes.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Okay, now be careful. We're going to do the branch on this side. Again, you have to have it coming around the same height. So we're going to have a twisted one. One's going to come around this side and it's going to finish here, right? Don't forget, we are not going past. We are not going past the, what do you call it? The crease. Right, this one's going to be twisting all the way around and then it's going to stop right before it gets to the crease around the same height. Oops, I feel as though mine didn't really go. We're going to do another, but this body is not exactly oval. The body on this one looks more like a love heart. Can you see that?
Yes.
Can you see it looks like a bit of a love heart? So it gets smaller down the bottom. So they have different bodies, right? Watch. I'm going to do a love heart that goes here, down, and here, down. See that? All right, now look at the tail. Look how cute this tail is. Have a look at this beautiful tail. Can you see how it comes out like that?
Yes.
So it's going to be the kind of tail that goes out like that. And the same goes for this side. So one on this side. Make sure that you're not touching the branches on either side. And of course, the round head. I'm going to put a round head on her as well. I called her a her. And what's next? The beak. And she's looking sideways at her beloved. Ooh, aren't they cute? All right, don't forget the little, what do you call it? The branches coming off and they're like touching each other, almost touching each other, like reaching out. These branches are just as in love with each other as the birds are. They're trying to reach out to each other. Oh, that's right. My paintbrush is a little bit thick. That's why I forgot to change it over. This is my super duper thin one. All right. Okay. Now, if you feel as though you want to go over some of your black branch, you might want to do that. Sometimes it doesn't come off. The black doesn't quite cover the background. So I'm just going to go over some of the areas that look a little bit see-through, but not a lot of them do actually. I've got to be honest. My paint's pretty good quality. Make sure that you're wiggling your paintbrush as you're doing these too, yeah, because we want that effect. All right. So, are you guys ready to do the flowers? We have 15 minutes left. Now, I want you to grab
Teacher,
your...
but I don't have pink.
Doesn't matter, you can use purple, whatever with white. Make sure that you use white. You can even do white flowers. Okay, Miss O? White flowers are just as good. Now, where's my pink? This is my pink here, right? But I'm going to put a little bit of white in my pink because did you notice that when we add a little bit of white to a color, it becomes more opaque? Does anyone know what that means? Opaque. Come on, guys. We only had lessons like 6 months ago, actually less than that. So opaque means really, really thick, yeah? So some of the paint from the paints that we use, they're a little bit see-through, they're transparent. But when we add a little bit of white, just like I'm doing here, see my beautiful pink color? I'm going to put a little bit of pink in here and I'm going to put a little bit of white in there. I'm going to mix that up so I can get a nice little pink going. And if you don't have pink, doesn't matter, you can use red and white. So I'm using white.
I know.
You can even use another color if you don't have pink, all right? You can use yellow or orange. All right, now you can't use yellow on yellow, yeah? All right, now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to make 5 petals per flower, but look how tiny my flowers are going to be. Look, guys, can everybody see how tiny the flowers are here? They're like super small, and they all have about 5, so you have to count. So watch this, right? Can everybody see? I might bring this a little bit closer, actually, so that you can really get a good idea of what I'm doing. Ready? So here I've got 1 petal. This is my 2nd petal. This is my 3rd petal, my 4th petal, and my 5th petal. Can everybody see that petal?
Yes.
Should I say that flower? So I'm going to dip again and do it again. Here, 1. I'm just doing marks. Yeah, I'm not drawing a flower. I'm just doing marks on 5 of these marks, and they all look like little petals, or should I say ovals? They look like ovals. All right, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals on each flower. Now, how many flowers you want on each of these is up to you. Some people want 5 or 6 or 7. How many have I got here? Oh my goodness, I've got more than that. So let's count these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Goodness me, that's 12 there. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. So basically, it doesn't matter how many you do. It's entirely up to you. But I really want you to make sure that there are 5 per flower, 5 petals per flower. Okay, so basically it's just marking, but you really need to use the tip of your paintbrush. See how I'm doing it? I'm just going 1. I'm just making a mark. I'm not painting at all. I'm just marking. I'm just placing my paintbrush down on the page, and then that's it. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So make sure that you get 5 in there, and even on the branch as well. See how I'm doing it? Sometimes the flowers, they cover the branches as well, don't they? So it doesn't have to be only at the end of the branch. So we're going to do lots and lots and lots of these. Yeah? So keep going. I'm just applying and I'm pressing down just so that it looks like it's a petal, but really it's going to be a flower. But it just, this is so easy. This is such an easy task. You know what? I kind of feel as though I didn't finish this side off, guys. Did you notice how I didn't finish this one off? I'm going to just go up. What do I do here? Who's having fun? Good. Felicia, you're the only one that's having fun? Really? Is anyone else having fun?
Me too.
Yeah. It's important to have
Me,
fun.
me, 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 me.
Don't take it too seriously. Now, I might.
Oh no, oh no. Oh no.
Now, see how important it is to have the right tools. Yeah, because we wouldn't be able to get these petals in without the right paintbrush. Now, notice how I specifically asked for a small paintbrush. That's because we can't do these flowers otherwise. Now, with the flower color, it's quite possible to change your color and make it either lighter or darker if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. For example, here where it's darker, you can't even see that. Hang on a minute. Here where it's a little bit darker, can everybody see up here? All right, can you see up here? I might make this a little bit darker in pink. I don't know. I'm thinking, is that going to come up? Nah, it's not going to work. It has to have white in it. Sorry, guys. I could use a darker pink, but it's just too see-through. It's the white that always saves you when it's when the paint is too transparent. That's because they're a little bit cheap. Yeah, the more expensive they are, the more opaque they are. That means not see-through. Yeah. So, I mean, I've only got student grade paint. They're okay, but they're not the best. Yeah. The really expensive ones, my God, some of the acrylic paints, they're like more expensive than oil paints. Ridiculous how much paints can be expensive. All right, so just keep going with those petals. How many petals each?
5.
5. And they look like little starfish. That's what they look like. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put a nice pink center. We're going to make sure that it's really, really, like really, really pink. See, I'm going to put a nice pink dot right in the middle there. Can everybody see what I'm doing? I'm putting a nice pink dot in the middle just to give it a little bit more detail. Oh, isn't that nice? Doesn't that look lovely? I think that looks absolutely lovely. There you go. And I'm going to do the same for these little fellas here that I just did. Right, just put a nice pink dot in the middle. Okay. Nice dot. Make sure that you're using the right paintbrush. Oh, that's so lovely. Now, I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around, but I want you all to stop what you're doing because I'm going to show you, it's nearly the end of our class. Oh my goodness, we have 5 minutes left and I'm going to show you how to do stars. So please take out your very, very small paintbrush. I want you to wash it. Okay, Ciro, hang on a sec. We're not finished yet. All right, we're not finished yet. All right, now I want you all to get a little bit of white only. Yeah, so get your white. This is my white because can you see what I've done here?
Yeah.
What have I done? It's not coming out, so I've actually opened it. I got some scissors and I opened the back of it so that I could get to the paint, right? Because it's really hard to get out and I just can't be bothered squeezing it out all the time. So I just did this. right? So there's my white, making sure that I get enough white. This particular paint is really good quality paint, by the way. This is like one of the best acrylic paints you can buy. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of water into my white. I'm going to swish it around so it's nice and runny. Not too runny. Don't want it to be too runny. Right, now watch as I do this, guys. You're going to love this technique. Hang on, I'm just making it a little bit thicker. All right, so where you guys are going to finish your flowers when you get home. Okay, you're already home, but you know what I mean, when we finish the class. Now watch as I do this. We're going to put dots. See that dot? Now I'm going to pull it upways and downways and then sideways and then the other side. See what I just did there? I just did a star. Oops, I can't go over the tree. Goodness me. I can't go over the tree. That won't look good. All right, there you go. So I'm going to do that again. See, I'm going to do it somewhere else. I'm not going to do it in the same spot. I'm going to do a dot. And I'm not going to go around the dot. I'm going to pull the dot upways, downways, sideways, and the other side. And then I'm going to do sideways. See that? I'm going to do the diagonal one as well. See? That's a nice little star. And then I'm going to fill the rest of this sky with little dots. Has anyone looked up at the sky and seen little dots everywhere? And sometimes they have like combinations of dots that go in a row and they look like something, and they call these are the constellations, right? So we're just going to put dots, random dots everywhere in the sky because it is kind of dark on this side, right? I might have another one of those stars. Hang on. Can you guys see what you guys can't see what I'm doing?
To make a dog.
Huh? What's that, Heavy?
Can I use the paintbrush to make the dog like
Yes, you can. You're going to use like a toothbrushy sort of thing, and then you're going to flick it everywhere. Yeah, you got to be careful, that's all. Sometimes you want to be careful with that because sometimes it can just go everywhere. All right, so little dots everywhere, even on the yellow, even on the green, but they have to be dots. You can't press too hard. See, I pressed a little bit too hard, and that doesn't look like a dot at all. That looks like, I don't know, a flying saucer or something. Don't forget you have to do the same on the other side. Now, this is going to look so much better when all the flowers are on there, yeah? Now, on this side, we do the same. So on the red part, we do the same exactly. So where do I want my star? There's one that's going that way, that way, that way, that way. Right? I'm just going to do a few random dots. Some people like to do the flicky thing, and that's fine too. Does anyone know how to do the flicky thing? Yeah, can you show us what you're doing there, Javi? I want to see what it looks like. Show us your work. Oh, you got your toothbrush out. Actually, I think I have a toothbrush here. I do have a toothbrush here. It's an old toothbrush that I use as a paintbrush sometimes. All right, so yes.
Look at mine.
What's that? Yay, very nice. Keep doing your little dots on the miso. Do it on some more dots on the red part, yeah?
Okay.
Make sure that they're little dots, not too big. You're going to press really lightly, and even on the orange part. Now, kids, we didn't finish the flowers. What are you going to do as soon as we finish here? As soon as I finish here, if you've got nothing to do, I want you to finish the flowers. And I want everybody's parents, get your parents to put this on Zello. I want to see what you've done. Yeah, I want to see what you guys have done.
Okay.
Is that all right? Okay, that's it, kids. What did you think of our first lesson today? Is everybody happy with their first lesson, their first activity?
Yes. Happy.
Yay. Who's going to try this again at home by themselves? Who wants to try this at home by themselves? You want to try again? No?
No, because I don't have time.
Fine. Miso doesn't have time. Who has time to do this again?
Me, because my picture was so it's kind of like fell. Yeah.
Did you make a small mistake, Anna?
Yeah, like the heart is connected.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna fix that when the paint is dry.
Good, Ciro. Very good. All right, kids, that's the end of our lesson. I will see you same time, same place next week.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, that looks amazing. Javi, can I spotlight you? I just want to see, I want you to add spotlight. Ready? Have a look at what Javi's done. He's got 2 canvases. See what he did? He got 2 separate canvases and he's done that. That looks amazing. How good is that? Great job, you guys. Let me see who else wants to share. Who else wants to share? Felicia. Hang on, guys. Let me spotlight. Add spotlight. Hang on, guys. Put it up. Let us see. I'm going to spotlight Monkey. Add spotlight. Wait, I'm just going to spotlight all of you. Valerie. Ooh, who's Julia? Julia, who's your friend? Is that your sister? Who is it? Your friend? What's her name? Amazing. And Monkey, did I spotlight you? Yep. I want to see Ciro. Good. Put your work up, guys. Let's have a look. Everybody put your work up. Ready? You too, Javi. Come on, put your work up, huh? Yay. That looks amazing. Hold it up, Javi. Hold it up. Oh, hang on. Now, guys, I want to take a photo. Hold it up. Hold it up. Come on, you too, Felicia. Ready? Come on, girls. Julia, hold up your work, please. All right, ready? 1. Julia, hold up your work. Ready? Come on, I'm taking a photo. 1, 2. Hang on, stay there, stay there. Don't move, don't move. It takes ages to take a screenshot. Don't move, Monkey. Hold it back. Hold it back. That's it. Yay. What?
Wow, very nice photo. Very nice
Dorothy,
painting.
can you take a photo? I can't seem to take a photo. I can't take a photo screenshot.
Ask them to send to the yellow group because
I
you know
already
if
did, but
doesn't
unfortunately
look
they
good.
don't.
Yeah.
I just think these are absolutely fantastic. What do you think, Dorothy? Aren't they gorgeous?
Yes, yes, very nice. Well,
And
Harry, can you make sure you
Harry,
also send a photo into the yellow group, okay, everyone? Yes?
yes. I want to see
Yes, because
everybody's
now you
face.
know if I tag the photo, I can tag, but it doesn't, it's not very it's not very
All right, kids. I will see everybody next week. Okay? For some more painting.
Bye bye, everyone happy?
Bye bye. Thank you.
Let's go
See you later. See you later. See you later. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.